may soon be going down the drain. I just want more time with my baby. Hello, hello, everybody. So excited for today. Today, we're going to do the first card pull from my inspiration deck. And I'm going to paint something based on what comes to mind after the card pull. So we'll just sit and chat for a little bit until we'll sit for a minute, and I'm going to focus. I'm going to treat this like a tarot or oracle deck choice. And then we'll see what comes up. I've got a black mug beside me to paint on, but I'm not married to that idea. So if something else comes to mind based on the card pull, then I will do that. And today is going to be day number 1 of 30. So I'm going to do a card pull every day for 30 days and paint something inspired by the deck. So I'm so excited to do this. Okay, so I'm just gonna sit for a minute. Hi, Rex. So I'm just gonna do a minute of breathing for a second, and then I'm gonna pull a card. Okay. Giddy. Fantastic. What a wonderful first pull. Okay, so I need to paint something that makes me feel giddy. That's what I want to do. So let's do this. I hope you can stay connected too, Rex. Oh, that's fantastic. Glad that you're here. All right, so giddy. Now I got to sit with that word for a minute. My mind immediately goes to other pieces that I've done that have made me feel giddy. And there's one color scheme that is jumping into my mind, and that would be teal, kind of a lime green, a magenta, and some purple with like some little white detail. And I have all of those in metallic, so I think that that's what I want to do. Hi, David. How you doing? Hi, Kobe. Cindy, hi. All right, so we are going to paint a mug. I am going to go with the black mug. So we will get started on this. I'm going to grab those colors. So I want teal. I might do blue too. So those 5 colors. I think that could be really pretty. And I haven't done a wraparound design on one of these tapered mugs in a long time. I've been really spoiled having the non-tapered mugs. Really spoiled. So I think I am going to try one of these again. And I think with those colors, it could look pretty cool. All right, hang on one second, you guys. I'm just going to go grab my paper towel. Okay. I figure for the 30-day challenge of doing this, it's going to be mugs or maybe even something smaller. I used to paint these little mini stones. So some of these might be one of the daily projects. I'm not really going to limit myself, but I am going to try and keep it small and manageable because I want to be successful at following through on this challenge. I struggle a lot with having good ideas and then not following through on them. And I'd really like to follow through on this. So that in itself would make me giddy. So let's get this mug ready. So I'm going to spray it with some alcohol. It's going to help get any dust and fingerprints and oils, any kind of buildup from sitting stored somewhere, getting dusty. Clear some of that off. My setup here with my mom is so ideal, but she warned me before I moved in. She's like, this is the dustiest apartment that you're ever going to live in. I'm like, no, that's got to be an exaggeration. It's not. It's crazy. You could do a full dusting job every single day. It's always covered. All right, let's see if we can get a satisfying sticker pull. We might. Look at that. We're going to get a satisfying sticker pull too. Oh, that makes me giddy. Oh, so close. Well, still, I can get it off here. All right. So, I'm going to do a wraparound design. So I'm going to start my design down here at the base. And I'm going to start dotting all the way around. And I think I'm going to start. I'm trying to decide if I want to go from dark to light or from light to dark. I'm thinking light to dark would be cool. Oh, thank you, coffee lover. Got to be able to see the Rackspurts. Hey, Britt, how you doing? Okay, we're gonna go light to dark. What's new with you, Britt? What's going on? What's exciting? Now I'm questioning my decisions. Now what my brain is telling me is to use the green and the pink for accents and make the teal blue purple the main design. And I'm thinking that that's not wrong. That could actually be really cool. Yep, we're doing that. All right. Breaks. Here we go. Not much school's done. You're at your new internship. Very nice. Must be glad school's done. Same old here. Weekends are my busy time. I do my paint with me workshops Fridays, and then the live today, and then I go see my dad tomorrow, and then I've got errands to run on Monday. So it always feels like Friday to Monday are crazy busy, but it's doing good. And really, really excited today that I released some new mugs into my shop today at noon, and by 5 after, I was 50% of them had sold. So I sold 4 mugs in like 5 minutes. It was so freaking cool. That also made me giddy today. It was like, woohoo, that's fun. So that's some fun news. For me, anyway. All right, let's get painting. Yeah, it was. It was really fun. So it makes me excited to paint more. I feel like I am finally going in the direction that I have always wanted to go in with this business. And I feel like the next couple of months are going to be incredibly challenging. But I also think that they are going to be incredibly rewarding. So I'm using a size 6 of the DIY Mandala Stones tools, and I'm leaving space in between. And this is where I'm going to put the lime green. I'm going to put a little detail dot, or maybe 2 detail dots. I'm not quite sure yet. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Kobe. Thanks. I know, I'm really excited. I'm really excited that people seem to be liking them. I'm excited for a lot of the things to come. I'm really excited to start doing the patterns. I've got my first pattern piece started. I'm going to have that ready to go. My goal is January 1st, so I'm going to be pulling some all-nighters here soon to get this stuff done. But I'm really, really excited. And hopefully all things go the way that I want them to. It should give me more time to paint and more time to go live. That would be my ultimate, to be able to go live more. Trixie, this is multi-surface acrylic paint. It's specially designed for smooth surfaces like ceramic and glass. Aw, thanks, Kobe. Hey, Barb. So yeah, I'm going to put the green in as detail dots in here. And then I have some ideas. I have some ideas that could be kind of cool. So one of the things that does make me giddy as well, like the more I'm thinking about this word, I'm thinking about the things that I really enjoy. And one of the things I really, really enjoy is experimenting and just following those impulses, following those ideas, just to see what happens. You know, the number of times I do that and it just doesn't work out, it's totally okay. You know, the satisfying things to create aren't just the ones that turn out really good. Sometimes it's just fun to play and just try something. The worst thing that's going to happen is that you don't like it, and you learn that you don't like it, and you move on and try something different, right? But I get giddy especially when I'm trying something new and it actually starts to work out. It definitely could be Coffee Lover when you get the, I've got some that I put multiple layers of dots on there, and when they're baked and cured, it feels incredibly soothing in the hands for sure. All of the paint leaves a little bit of texture, but some patterns leave more than others. This one would be too, with the little tiny dots in between. This is awful fun. So day 1 of painting something based on a card I pulled from my deck. I have said I was going to challenge myself for long periods of time like that in the past, and I have very rarely followed through. So I am super pumped at this opportunity to do something different than what I have done in the past. And that is also by doing more things that make me feel giddy. Oh, and this is going to work out too. Look at this dumb luck. This makes me giddy. Look at that perfection. Oh, I love when that happens. Oh my God, that's so unbelievably satisfying. Oh, I'm borderline inappropriately excited. Hey, Sharon. We did miss you. All right. So that worked out perfectly. So now I am going to Right? It's magic. Ta-da! Oh, I'm so glad you feel that way, coffee lover. That is exactly what we hope for. Doesn't matter if you're doing the same thing that I'm doing, if you want to learn what I'm doing, if you want to just sit and relax and hang out with some friends, this is the space to do that. So that makes me really, really happy. That means we're doing a good job. So you are most welcome. Sit back and relax. We have a good time. We have fun. And I have learned that I can talk for days about absolutely nothing. So prepare for some fun ramblings. Yay. Crocheting is great too. It's relaxing. All right, so because of the increase as I go up, I'm going to increase my tool size as I go up. So that was a size 6. I'm going to go up to a size 7 for the next one. But actually, before I do that, I'm just going to go through and see if there are any bubbles that I need to pop. If there's bubbles that come out after it dries, it leaves a rougher surface. Oh, that one already popped itself. Sometimes just spinning it around. It's hard once it's already started to dry though. All right, well, that should be good. Today I am here until 3 o'clock, Rex. Yes, Barb makes beautiful crocheted blankets from the colors of the mugs. They're gorgeous. You're dotting a gingerbread man decoration. Nice. Awesome. Are you home now, Sharon? You back in DC? All right, so I'm going to go in with the blue now in a size 7. Hello, Melissa. How you doing? All right. So I want to go about here. I feel like that's too big. That's too big, isn't it? Hang on. I think it might be a paint consistency thing. This is the beauty of painting on ceramics, is that you can try a couple things like this, see what works out the best for you, and then wait for the other to dry and then just peel it off. That's better. That's more what I wanted. Okay, so what I discovered here is that I wanted a size 6 again, but just with more paint on it. And then the size 7 will wait till the next row. So I'm going to keep dotting around there, and we'll kind of skip a little bit over here in this corner until those dots dry, and then I will change that. That'll be easy peasy. Home for a whole 7 days. Oh my, Sharon, barely. Is it even enough time to catch your breath? I'm glad you're doing great, Melissa. That's good. Hey, Rencat. All right. Let's keep going. Oh, I forgot. I'm going to go every other space. This is how I can deal with some spacing. So when I'm placing these dots here right now, the only points of reference I have are the 2 teal dots from the row before, right? Now, when I have these other 2 blue dots, by doing one in every other space, I also have them as a frame of reference. So I'm not only trying to get it lined up here, but I also want it 50-50 right in the middle between those two. And that's almost more important than being lined up with down here, because if there's a spacing issue down here and I'm constantly following that spacing issue and just repeating it over and over again. So this is how I can kind of correct that a little bit. If you're new to my lives, please know that while I'm painting, I can't see the front of my phone, so I can't see the comment section. So if you leave me a comment or ask a question, please know that I'm not ignoring you if I don't answer right away. I will come back and pause and scroll back to try and catch up on what I've missed. Even that spacing went wonky. So then I'll be correcting it in the next row. I might pull that dot off too. The blue paint's a little bit thicker and it's a little bit stringier. That's okay. We're still doing all right. So once I finish this row of blue, then I will pop back into the comments and see what I've missed. So I did a shop restock today at noon, sold a few mugs from that. And this is the first time creating a painting from a card pulled from my inspiration deck. The inspiration deck is available for pre-order. Links for that are in my bio, but I'm just super excited that I'm getting to work with these. It's so fun. So fun to see an idea kind of come to life, right? I'm finding that I'm sitting and thinking an awful lot about the word giddy and what other things make me feel giddy, and experiences that I've had in my life that have made me feel giddy. I'm kind of just letting myself feel it. It feels nice. It feels nice to think about good things. I think a lot of times we don't let ourselves sit and think about good things because for some reason we consider it unproductive. I think it's incredibly valuable. All right, now, so I'm going to skip over those first few dots that are significantly larger, and then I will come back after and pick those dots off. Looks good so far though. All right, let me catch up here. No, that's a really good question though, XOXO. What happens is these paints will actually cure to be top shelf dishwasher safe after baking. So as long as you catch the paint within the first like 4 to 6 hours, well, even 2 to 3 really, you can peel the paint off. The longer it sits out, you won't be able to peel it off, and then after baking, you definitely won't be able to. It will fully air cure to top shelf dishwasher safe after 21 days as well. So either air dry for 21 days or bake it. No problem, Rencat. So I'm using dotting tools by DIY Mandala Stones. So they're double-ended tools that look a lot like pencils, and they have different size ones for making different size dots. Well, I'm glad you're okay then, Sharon. I hope you're able to breathe. You call that frogging? That's cool. I didn't know that. Hello, Masquerade. All right. So that was a size 6 with extra paint. We are going to go to a size 7 now for the purple. And create another row here. No, just in your normal kitchen oven. The instructions are always on the bottle, so and they're different from paint to paint. So it depends on the specific paints that you're using, what your baking instructions are going to be, but they will be on the bottle. You're most welcome, Red Cat. I'm so glad that you find it soothing. That makes me really happy. That's good. I find it very soothing to do, so I'm glad that you are getting some of that benefit as well. Ooh, I love this purple. This is going to be much better spacing. So I skipped those first few of the blue ones that I need to remove. Another row or so and I should be able to remove it. So when you guys hear the word giddy, what comes to mind? Do you have specific memories that come to mind? Do you see flashes of color or imagery? What is it for you? Hi, Molly. Molly, I did a card pull today. Oh, you're welcome, XOXO. Did the first card pull today, Molly. Our word for today is giddy. The purple looks awesome, doesn't it, coffee lover? Right? Can you tell me again the brand of paints you use? Yeah, so the purple, all of these ones actually are Craft Smart. And I have the bottle for the pink, so it'll say multi-surface right on them, and they are metallic multi-surface acrylic paints. So these ones are all Craft Smart. I also use Martha Stewart when you can find them, and Folk Art as well. Folk Art's a significantly thicker paint though, so it doesn't, you see how these are settling to kind of be nice and flat or rounded at least dots? The Folk Art tends to peak there, so you get little pointier bits, which isn't always a bad thing, right? Especially from a sensory experience kind of idea. If you like the Folk Art paint and you want to thin it down, you can't use pouring mediums or water to thin down multi-surface paints because it'll impact how it adheres to the surface. So the best recommendation I could give you, if your paint is too thick, find a similar color in another brand of paint that is waterier that you could mix a tiny bit in with it to kind of thin it down a little bit. And hello, 240 people. Holy cow. How are ya? You think of silliness, people being goofy, that kind of thing. Molly thinks of yellow and big swoops. Let me scroll back. I missed it. Yellow, big swoops, lots of dots, up and down designs. Yes! If anybody wants to do this challenge with me, you certainly don't have to participate every day, but if you do, see one of my videos or anything like that and see the word that I painted and you want to share if you create something because of that, I would love to see. Makes me so happy when I come on one of your lives. I know, isn't it so nice? It's like coming home. Giddy makes me think of swirls and twirls. Yes, like just standing outside and spinning with your arms out and swirling all over the place. Or like twirls that you see in like Wind, cartoon Wind. Yeah. Even the word giddy makes me smile, right? It's hard not to kind of just giggle when you even say the word, right? Oh, thanks, Molly. Did anybody see... Anybody else see color? Molly saw some colors. Sealing the cup. Let's rock. That's so kind. Thank you. That is so sweet. Oh, wow. Thank you. Wow. That's so kind. Ninji. I don't need to seal them because these paints are multi-surface acrylic paints. They will seal, cure to be top shelf dishwasher safe after baking or after air drying for 21 days. Funny, silly, happy Corey cakes. Yes. Right? Your ginger man is giddy, silly. Nice. Yes. Yes. Isn't that neat when you see color when you're listening to music or hear certain words or read certain words? I know, Molly, it's crazy. Eh? There's a lot of people here. This is so fun. Your last yarn haul was that color? That's amazing. All right, well, let's get this purple row going. Let's get this one done. Because I'm anxious to see the remainder of this come together. So let's see how much we can get done while we are on here for the next couple hours. So I'm going to be live here for another hour and a half. Sorry, not a couple hours, but another hour and a half till around 3 o'clock Eastern. And we're just going to keep working on this mug. For anybody who's new to my lives, please know that while I'm painting, I can't see the comments. So if you leave a comment or ask a question and I don't answer it right away, please know that I'm not ignoring you. I just can't see them while I'm painting. So I'll pause on a regular basis to do what we just did and just catch up on comments. I also have some friends here who help me by moderating and answering some questions. So you never know, one of them might even answer too. And thank you again to you guys that do that. That's incredibly kind of you. I appreciate it. All right, so what I am thinking right now is pink dots in between the teal, green dots in between the blue, and then pink dots in between the purple. I think that could be a cool start. And then at some point I'm going to add in some white pearl, but I'm not really sure where yet, but we'll see. I get giddy too when things feel like they're coming together well. You know, like this is, I feel like I've gotten quite a bit of it done in half an hour. I'm still inspired for what I want to do with it. That's kind of a fun feeling all on its own. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's pretty. I love it. I love it. All right, so let's go to the pink then. We're going to do pink detail dots in between the teal after I catch up. Let me scroll back here. Laugh until you cry. Yes, those big belly laughs, aren't those amazing? Where you can't even make any noise anymore. It's just air wheezing in and out and you're clapping your hands like a seal. Your whole body responds and you almost go into spasms. Those are the best ones. Sunflowers, rainbows, puppies, and kittens. Definitely the puppies and the kittens. I saw a TikTok earlier today and it was a girl and she was hand feeding a baby porcupine an apple. And my God, I almost burst into tears. I couldn't handle it. It was the cutest damn thing I've ever seen in my life. My friends ask me what colors I think of for certain things. Oh, that's so fun, Molly. Oh, I love that. I'd love to see what you do with the word giddy. I know, right? The thing is when you mess up and the dots go unevenly, most of the time it's going to get camouflaged in the overall design when it's done, right? Sometimes I get really, really particular and I'll go in and make changes, but it all depends. Oh, thank you, JC. All right, let me just catch up on comments. Did you see the porcupine eating the apple? Wasn't that the best thing ever? The noises coming out of that thing, I couldn't handle it. I'd love to make something giddy. Yay! More giddiness put out there, the more happiness put out there, and that is never a bad thing, right? All right, so we are going to go in now. Now, here's something to test, okay? So we're going to do another test here. We're going to have a look and see what it looks like with the pink. Actually, I think that's the way I want it. Never mind. Let me see if I can zoom in for you, though. So just tiny little dots in between. I'm going to do pink in between the purple as well. And I'm going to do green in between the blue. Oh, this is going to look so pretty. For anybody who's new to my lives, please know that I can't see the comments while I'm painting. So if it takes me a minute to answer your comment or question, I apologize. Just know I'm not ignoring you. I'll pause every so often and come back and catch up as best as I can to try not to miss anything. I'm using a tool that I call a micro dotter. It's a clay sculpture tool. It's all metal. That's what the handle looks like. But one of the things that I found recently at the Dollar Tree, I found a 2-pack of scoring tools. And let me tell you, they work really well too. Lots of options. Small sharp toothpick would work. All right, so I'm going to zoom out for a second. It's a very subtle thing on the bottom, but I think the more pink we get on here, it's going to pull out the pink in the design. And that's kind of underneath too. So let me scroll back. Giddy is your favorite word? Yay! Oh, thank you so much, Rencat. I'm so glad you like them. Thank you. Of course, they're happy, tiny little dots. They're just skipping along and enjoying themselves. These mugs, yes, I sell the mugs that I paint. I have a link in my bio to my website if you want to check out the ones that I have available right now. Every couple of weeks, I try to get 7 or 8 new ones in there, or at least that's what I've been able to do the last couple of weeks. It's my goal to keep doing that going forward. But yeah, I just actually loaded some new ones up on my shop today. So there's a link in my bio if you want to check that out. Make me think of deep gray, bright blue, magenta. Ooh, Molly. Who do you think you are with these colors? That sounds fantastic. Are you going to do it? You going to do it? You going to do it? Oh, I'm so glad, Sarah. Yes. So this is the really long micro dotter. Yep, this is the same one that I had. The ones that Jan got me. Butterfly kisses. What's my favorite food? Pizza. Or garlic bread. Bread. My gingerbread man has antique silver eyes and mouth. Oh, isn't it usually some kind of a gumdrop, like a blue or a green? Maybe some gunmetal gray. Oh, yeah. All right, so let's go in and do, I'm going to see if I can pull off those blue dots that were too large. I know it does in a micro dotter. I'm sure there is a Friends quote there that I'm missing out on. It's triggering a memory. Favorite colors? Definitely teals and blues. Definitely teals and blues. 100%. Favorite film, The Princess Bride. But I am also known for my Lord of the Rings marathons where I will sit and watch all 3 of the extended versions on repeat for a few days. Let's see. You're welcome, Sharon. Makes me giddy saying it. Teeny tiny dots, teeny tiny detail. I don't do customs, but any of the ones that I have available on my website right now are $42 Canadian plus shipping. No tax though. Brought to you by the letter G, right? G is for giddy. It still wasn't quite dry enough. I did it a little bit too early, which is why it's just taking me a little bit longer. Every time you remove some paint and there's some wet paint left over, if you kind of spread it around a little bit, it dries really quick. And then this wooden skewer, I just kind of use it like an eraser. And I'm able to pull that paint off. Those ones were too large. I had used the wrong size tool. So I just removed them. I'm going to go in and I'm going to do them the proper size that I wanted them to be. Much better. They weren't a huge difference in size, but they're enough of a difference in size that it would have caused spacing issues in subsequent rows. So it was easier to just start over and fix those ones up. Okay, so now I'm going to fix up the purple, and then we're going to do the tiny green detail dots in between the blue. Animation. I'm really excited to sit down and paint with some intentionality over the next month. And like I said, I'm really excited to just hold myself accountable and be productive. I also want to work on my consistency here on social media because I'm not posting as often as I used to or as often as I'd like to. So I'm kind of hoping that this helps drive some of my productivity in my content creation too, which would be really fun to be able to get some more out. Hello in Hawaii. I'm doing good, thank you. Oh, living the good life, working hard when working hard means painting and doing the thing that I love. So I'm pretty lucky. Can I buy the mug you created? You said you possibly might want to make another to keep. The green and red one, that one unfortunately is already sold. I'm so sorry. Fantastic, Molly. That's amazing. No, the purple dot won't fit in there because it will come up on the side of the handle, so that one's going to stay. All right, so now I'm going to go in with green. Exactly. It's not work if you love it. But it's busy. It's definitely busy. Yeah, exactly, Molly. Exactly. Oh, I like that. I like that. And then we're going to do pink in between the purple. If I had a more stable place to rest my hand while I'm doing these dots, I'd be able to do them significantly faster because I'm resting on the side of the mug, or the bottom of the mug, I guess. It's hard to stay steady. I love these colors. It's making me stay giddy. I'm really interested to see how this process of painting from a card that I draw out of the deck, I'm interested to see how that evolves over the next month, and how I feel about the whole process, and how I feel about the things that I'm going to paint. I'm interested to see how that goes. All right, I'm going to close up that paint. I'm going to set this down for a quick second, and I'm going to try and catch up on the comments. Oh, thank you so much, T.R. Wilcox. Thank you. I've been using the silicone. Oh, yeah? You're liking them? That's awesome. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Sharon. That's amazing. Right? It's amazing how little tiny bits of color make a big difference. Thank you, Granny. Oh, thank you, Mr. Man. Oh, thank you, Manna. That's so kind. I'm so glad. All right, so now we're going to get out the pink. And we are going to do pink in between the purple dots. Just like we had the pink in between the teal, we're going to do the pink in between the purple. And then we are going to get ready to start building out this design. I think this hot pink was like an avalanche paint, right? Like, I had the purple, I had the teal, I had the blue already at home. But the day I brought the pink home was the day that all of these different rainbow combinations started coming out, that's kind of neon on the black and playing more with bright giddy colors. So this is one of those paints that I want to use it as often as humanly possible. And every time I go to the store, if they've got it, I'm getting at least one bottle just to build up a stock of them in case they ever get discontinued. Right? It's the fear that Martha Stewart's paint have put in all of us, that one day we're going to go to the store and they're just going to be gone. They're just not going to be there anymore. They're not going to exist. And I would not have expected that, because my colors, I love teals, and and blues are my favorite. Never in a million years would I have anticipated that a hot pink metallic was going to be the color that changed a lot of what I'm painting. It's crazy. All right. You still can't find it? Ugh, it's so frustrating. I hope you find it soon. All right, so we're going to do... What am I thinking we're going to do here? I'm going to do... What do I want to do? What do I want to do? We're going to do a teal dot. Teal dot. Yes, we're going to do a teal dot. Okay. I'm sticking with only these 5 colors that I've already chosen that match my idea of a giddy color palette. So I've got those 4 in the back there and this teal. Not even online. That's crazy, Kobe. That makes no sense to me. I hope that probably means they're discontinuing it, right? Happy swoops. Happy swoops will be coming. That is a guarantee. I need to do this teal dot. Okay, this is what we're going to do. So that's a size 7, so then I need a size 10. I'm going to do a size 10, size 10, size 7, size 9, size 9. So we're going to do a size 9 teal dot in every other space. So the pink metallic is Craftsmart. Yes, these are all metallic. So the pinks and the pink and the green are all metallic too. Yeah, keep following that online, Kobe, because that's scary. Okay. So we're doing this color and we're doing it in every other space. Every third space. There we go. All right. Every third space now with a size 9. I'm laying some groundwork here. We're going to build some petals. With some walking dots. And then we will be getting close to adding some swoops. If you're new to my lives, please know that I can't see the comments or the questions while I am painting. So I will pause on a regular basis to come back to the comments and catch up on anything that I've missed. So I'm thinking here what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the teal dots, and then eventually after it dries a bit, I'm going to do some dark blue, some of the royal blue top dots on these teal ones. And then the walking dots that I'm going to do are I'm going to start with the green, and then we're going to go green, teal, blue, purple, pink. We're going to follow through the whole, or we might just do, green, teal, blue, purple. We're going to wait and see. All right. What did I miss in comments? I'm coming. No, the color is pink tourmaline. Pink tourmaline. Hey, Carolyn, how you doing, love? It's good to see ya. Hello, Off the Hook. How you doing? Sharon's on it. All right, going in with the green. And we are going to do some fairly delicate walking dots. So I am going to use my straight tool for the peak dots, and then I'm going to go in with my micro dotter and do some walking dots. So walking dots, well, what I'm doing right now is each time before I dot the tool down or place the tool down, I'm dipping it into paint. So it's dip and dot, dip and dot. Walking the dots, which is what I'm going to do next, is it's dipping into the paint once and then continuing to dot without reloading the tool with more paint. So the dots get progressively smaller. All right, so now I'm going to grab my micro dotter. Yes, Thickens, everything is done freehand. Every once in a while I will use some tape or something to line things up. But yeah, most of the time it's that. When I get a sec, Melissa, what would you like? What can I do for you? I'm glad you're doing good off the hook. That's wonderful. Oh, thank you, Thickens. You're most welcome, coffee lover. Most welcome. So see how I dipped the tool into paint once and then I continued to dot with it and the dots got progressively smaller. And they're not all going to end up the same, and that's okay too. Neat, eh? I remember the first time I ever saw it, I'm like, no way. That's it? That's all I have to do? Yeah, so I dipped into the paint. Now I'm just dot, 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 dot. Make it smaller and smaller and smaller. You want to make sure you're cleaning off your tool regularly. That's one of the things that I get into trouble with. I get lazy and I don't clean the tool off often enough. And if you don't, the paint builds up there, right? So then it's going to change the shape and size of your dots. If you're new to my lives, please know that I will pause at the end of this row to come back to the comments and questions to make sure I haven't missed anything. I can't see them while I'm painting. So it might take me a minute or two to answer your question or comment, but I promise I will pause and go back and try and catch up. Today is day 1 for me of challenging myself for 30 days to create a dot mandala inspired by a card pulled from the inspiration deck that I created, the dot mandala inspiration deck I created. So today's pull was the word giddy. I'm zoomed in so you can't see the card right now, but I'll zoom out in a minute. I've got it leaning up here. So today's is giddy. I've got 52 different word prompts and 52 images too. So I took images of 52 different things that I've painted and put those on the back of the cards too, so that when you draw a card looking for inspiration, you don't only have to go by the word prompts. You could choose to take inspiration from the design, what I painted on, the color scheme, any of those sorts of things. So I'm really excited to start using them. They are available for pre-order. The link is in my bio. I don't have a guaranteed date. We need to have a pre-order of 100 in order to order them from the manufacturer. So we are at 20 right now. So we will get there, but I just don't know how long that is going to take. So it was definitely something you want to enter into, knowing that there's and of course, if you enter into it and decide that it's been too long of a wait and you want to you don't want to wait any longer, I always understand that as well. But So the pre-order is available on my website. The link is in my bio. And yeah, I'm going to be painting from these cards every day for 30 days, which I'm super, super excited. All right, let me pause here. I'm going to scroll back on the comments and see what I missed. So if I mess up, I wait for the paint to dry and then I go back in and just pull the paint off and redo it. Thank you, Kaitini. Thank you, Holly. I just had such fun on your website. Oh, that's so fun to hear. Thank you. That's so lovely. I'm glad you had fun. Thank you, Green Eyes. All right. Now I am going back in. I'm not going to use my micro daughter this time. I'm going in with teal. No, I don't need to seal it when I'm done. These are multi-surface acrylic paints, so they cure to be top shelf dishwasher safe after baking. So I'm going light to dark here because I want it to kind of look a little glow in the dark, trippy kind of feel. So I am going in now with my straight nail dotting stylus tool. This is the same tool I did the previous peak dot with. I'm just using a little bit more paint. And this is thicker paint too, so the dot's naturally just going to be bigger. It's the one thing I would give advice to anybody new is get to know your paints and get to know your tools. You can create 3 or 4 different size dots with the exact same tool just by loading different amounts of paint on it. So get to know your tools, find out where your comfort zone is. Right? And just start to figure out where that repetitiveness is. So this is the same tool that I used for the peak dots before, just with a little bit more paint, and again, it's the thicker paint, so it's a slightly larger dot. If you want your petals to be pointier, there's 2 ways to accomplish that. You either make the peak dot larger, and then your walking dot smaller, or you move that peak dot out from that center dot. All right, let me scroll back. Oh, thank you so much, Tammy. All right, let's do some more walking dots. This is the meditative part where I count a lot. So I count how many dots I'm putting on each side, and I do a little giddy dance when they match up. So if I do 7 on the other side, that's going to make me feel giddy too. No, only got 6 in. I'm only kind of giddy because it was close. These look like royalty dots. That's amazing. The green is really looking gold though, isn't it? I'll have to remember that. I'm gonna try this color combination with some satin paints that aren't metallic. And I'll use a more lime green on that one and see what the difference is. 7. Yay! The little giddy moments. All right, bear with me 1 second, you guys, while I'm... I can see the comments flying by out of the corner of my eye, so I apologize. It's going to take me a minute. But once I get done this row, I will come back and answer any questions that I've missed. I will pause on a regular basis to come back to the comments. I just can't see them while I'm painting. So if I haven't answered your comment or question yet, please bear with me. I will come back and do that. Little bit more. And then I will pause. Didn't have enough paint on it. Bear with me, you guys. This is where I zone out. Sorry I'm being so quiet. All right, last one, and then I will pause and come and catch up on the comments. See what I've missed. Not enough paint on there. All right. Little peacocky kind of vibe. We'll get some blue out next, but I am going to scroll back and catch up on comments, so bear with me 1 minute. I'm just checking to see where I left off. Mama, yes I do. Mama of 1 under 3. Yes, I do sell these. The link for my website is in my bio. I just actually dropped 8 new mugs into the shop today. I know a few of them have sold already, but I think there's still 4 left. Plus of mugs that I painted earlier this year. Do I use the same tool as the middle dot or smaller tool for the walking dots? That's a really good question. So when I am doing the center dot or those rows of dots, I'm using the DIY Mandala Stones tools. They all have different size ends. They go from really small to really big. But then for the walking dots, I use nail dotting stylus tools. So you usually see them in sets of 4 or 5 tools together that look kind of like this. And they've got different size metal balls on each end. This is what I use to do the walking dots, and it's also what I use to do the swoops. Good question. You were counting with me, Tammy? Having coffee on the hook or watching basketball. Thank you, Eddie. Thanks, you ML Moore. Oh, great. Beautiful, bright, fun colors. Giddy wedding colors. So I'm using a nail dotting stylus tool right now, and then I also use the DIY Mandala Stones tools. The mugs are $42 Canadian plus shipping, and the link is in my bio if you want to check them out. I use multi-surface acrylic paints that cure to be top shelf dishwasher safe after baking or after air drying for 21 days. Hello, Els. How are you? A flower with the mandala dots and the petals would look really nice. Yeah, that would be really pretty. Oh, Els, you're so sweet. I'm right back at you. All right, let's keep going with the next color. So I'm going to increase the size of my nail dotting stylus tool that I'm going to use here. So I was using my straight tool, and now I'm going to use a different one that I don't see where it is. Is that you? That's you. Okay. Hi, Beth. Enjoy the coffee. Oh, it's so much fun, Els. I hope you love it. You're most welcome. All right, let's keep going. Thank you, Off the Hook. Yes, you totally should put them on your Christmas list. You totally should. All right, so I'm doing my peak dot again. And I'm going to do that all the way around. Every once in a while when you've got a tapered mug, make sure that when you're lining up your dots that you are looking at it where it is actually straight up and down. Otherwise, your peaks can go cockeyed pretty quickly. All right, I'll catch up on what I missed before I do the walking dots for this one. Very peacock feathery, isn't it? Wait till we add the pink though. That'll get rid of the peacock look. Not that it's a bad thing. There's not the intention for this one, but that's okay. The pink will. The pink will make it pop. So I'm going to do another row of walking dots here after this in the purple. Oops, way too much paint there. And I was hoping to get maybe another row after that in the pink, but we're going to see. I don't know that that's going to work. So we'll wait and see what happens after we get the purple done. But purple is where we're going next after this. So if you're new to my lives, I can't see the comments while I'm painting. So what I will do is I will pause regularly to check in on the comments to make sure I haven't missed anything. I don't want you to think that I'm ignoring you. It just might take me a couple of minutes. So I usually paint a row and then I'll pause for a few. Oops, way too much paint on there. Oh, God. It's fine. It's fine. See, right now I'm saying it's fine, but if it stands out to me later and it bugs me, I can remove the walking dots too and redo them. So these paints don't fully cure until they have either air dried for 21 days or been baked in the oven. So if I make a mistake, I can go back a couple hours later and peel the paint off, the part that I want to change, and be able to just dot right in its place after I've removed the paint to replace it and redo it. And then after they have air dried for a minimum of 24 hours, I will put them in the oven to bake them. You want to let them air dry as much as you can before you put them in the oven. So you could even wait a couple of days because you want all air and moisture to be out of here before the paint gets heated up and before the cup gets heated up, because otherwise these paints will bubble. So wait a bare minimum of 24 hours before putting them in the oven. Now if you do multiple layers of paint like top dots, then you need to wait a bare minimum of 24 hours in between layers of top dots as well, maybe even longer. Jay Grons, who's a dot artist and a resin artist, And she's just a magician with glitter, honestly, the stuff that she comes up with. Anyways, she was having some frustrations with the mugs, and she kind of came up with her sweet spot is around 3 days in between layers of top dots. So she'll paint something and then she'll wait 3 days, come back to it, do her layers of her first layer of top dots, wait 3 days, come back to it, do a second layer of top dots if that's part of her plan, and then she'll let it sit for 2 to 3 days before putting it in the oven. So there's lots and lots of different options, but kind of err on the side of caution when it comes to how you're going to let it cure. I've got a couple of mugs that are sitting on my shelf that aren't going to be available to ship until January 3rd because I'm letting them air dry. I am not taking the risk of putting them in the oven. All right, let me scroll back and just catch up. How long have I been doing this? About a little over, about 2.5 years, I guess. Yeah, about 2.5 years. All right, we're going to go in and we're going to do purple now. So I'm using a different nail dotting stylus tool for the peak dots, but I'm going to go back to that same tool that I just used to do the walking dots. Aw, thank you, Beth. Thank you, Amanda. All right, let's get this purple going. Yeah, I think I really want to do the pink as well because I don't want this to turn out peacock feathery, and I totally see how it's there. And I think with the purple being here, it's going to be a lot of purple between this and this row here. So I need to bring out that pink. So I'm going to do this row, and then we are going to do a final row of walking dots around these petals in the bright pink. All right. All right, there we go. Peak dots are done. Now I go back and grab my other tool and we'll do the walking dots of the purple. And then we will get in there with some of the pink and just pow, 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 pow. It's gonna be great. Probably be nice if you could see it, eh? That would be nice to me. I'm actually going to just do all of one side. I switch back and forth between this method of doing all of one side and then going back and doing all of the other side. I do it a lot when the space for me to put my hand down is limited. So I'm getting close now to some of the dots that I painted earlier, right, where they might not be perfectly dry. So I don't want to put a lot of weight on them or potentially turn my hand and end up smudging and lifting any of the paint off. So when I change from dotting this side to this side, my hand is constantly changing where I'm at, right? So if I can reduce the amount of change back and forth, I reduce the chance of smudging and making a mistake or something happening that I have to repair and fix later. I also increase my chance at consistency of these sides all looking the same because my hand is creating some muscle memory, right? You'll hear me talk about muscle memory a lot, but the repetition is going to build that muscle memory. And the muscle memory can aid in consistency of everything looking similar. if you are not getting the dots or the swoops or any element to be as consistent as you'd like it, or it's not turning out the way you'd like it, my first piece of advice would always be slow way down. Most mistakes that I make because I'm going way too fast. All right. Let me poke in and say hi here. Hey Jade, how you doing? Thank you, May. That's weird, Rex. I'm glad you're back. I hope you have a good day at work today. Take care of yourself, please. It was good to see you. I'm glad you're able to come and hang out. Sending lots of love right back to you. I'm doing good, thank you, Jade. Today was the first day that we pulled a card to paint from my inspiration deck. So today we pulled Giddy. So I am using these colors. We've got metallic purple, teal, blue, pink, and a green. And so this is going to be my interpretation of Giddy. All right, so let's tilt this back down. And I need to adjust the way that I'm holding this. One of the things that happens a lot with mugs is you run out of space to hold on to it while you're painting. So you very often will have to set it aside for a while and come back to it later. That's one of the reasons why I always have quite a few projects on the go, because the number of times that you have to just set stuff aside to let it dry for a little while is very, very high. Thanks, Jade. I think yeet just means threw herself out or kicked herself out, or I'm not 100% sure, Beth, to be honest with you. It's like I understand when it's used in context, but I don't know how to define it, you know? All right, so yeah, we're going to squeeze in a row of pink. We're definitely squeezing in a row of pink here. How are we doing? Oh, good. We still have half an hour. Fantastic. We should be able to get quite a bit done. If you're new to my lives, just know that I can't see the comments while I'm painting, so I will pause on a regular basis to come back to the comments and catch up on what I've missed. So if it takes me a while to get to your comment or question, please know I'm not ignoring you. Oops. Oh, shoot. Sometimes the paint gets stringy. When the paint gets stringy, it can get connected. Let's see if I can zoom in so you can see this. Do you see how those two purple dots there are connected? You can barely see it because it's right on that spot where there's a lot of glare. But that was because I was going too fast. I was going too fast. All right, time for pink. Let's do this. I'm ready. Yeah, the pink's gonna look wicked, right? So I use a couple different types of tools. I use DIY mandala stone tools, which are these ones that look like pencils that have different sized ends. I do that for the big center dots and these rows of dots here. And then I use nail dotting stylus tools or clay sculpture tools for that. Yeah, the pink's gonna be wicked. Happens to you all the time, Kobe. Oh, I'm so glad, confetti. Yay, I'm so glad. All right, let's do some pink. Pow, pow, pow. Let's go. Mug is from Dollar Tree. No, Dollarama, sorry. This one's from Dollarama. I do get a lot of mugs at Dollar Tree, though. A lot. Not enough paint, okay. Oh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. I don't even know what's next, but I don't even care because this is so cool. This is gonna look so wicked. Ooh, I'm giddy again. Following that word, following the word. No, these paints will cure to be top shelf dishwasher safe after air drying for 21 days or after baking them in the oven. All the brands are not created equal. Please make sure you check the instructions on your individual paint bottles for how to cure them. Not all multi-surface paints are created the same, brand by brand. Oh, that looks good. Oh, this is great. Oh my God, this is so cool. And I think I know what I'm gonna do next. I think. Very often too, if I don't know for sure what I'm gonna do with a space, if I can, I'll leave it blank. And then I will go back to it later. So there's a space here that I'll show you that I'm thinking about, that I think I'm going to leave blank until I get more of the design done, and then I'll go back and decide what needs to be in there, if anything. I'll show you that in a sec here. See, I just put too much pressure on a dot, and now it's got a smudge on it. So I don't know if you can see this or not. You see this one here? It's smudged now because I put too much pressure on it. I'm gonna wait until it fully dries and then see if it's something that I need to redo, but we'll see how it goes. All right, let's do the other side, and then once I'm done the other pinks, then I will come back to the comments and we'll catch up. Okay, so typically when I'm doing petals, I will put some kind of color in here, and I probably still will eventually, but I just don't know what I want that color to be. So that's the little space that I've been thinking about. Now, there is a part of me that is thinking that I need to do one over here. Because see, I put these teal dots in every 3 spaces, so I could have put one here and have another half coming in here, which I might do. I might do that to fill that out because I think that that's going to look like a big eyesore, that blank spot. So I will go in at some point with all of these colors and repeat this design around that dot near the handle. Oh, I'm loving this pink so freaking much. So much, so much. All right. We're gonna get ready to do some swoops. I'm not gonna go in and do that half petal right now. I'll do it after. Need a little bit more paint. There we go. All right. So that's how it's looking so far. And we're going to do some swoops here before we're done. So we still got another half hour. Thank you, Jessie. Took a dotting break, Sharon. Depends on the brand, Butterfly Kisses. All the brands are not created equal, so check the bottles of your paints for curing instructions. Oh, just the pink blush and the metallics? Oh, boo. Well, I'm sure you'll stay on top of it. I'm sure when they do get it, you'll get there. Oh, thanks, Coffee Lover. I do get giddy about my painting. I enjoy it. I'm so lucky this is what I get to do. I have a mug and some paint. Gonna paint along with you. Fantastic! Yeah, the pink pop looks great, eh? All right. So no kiln needed. This is just, I put it in the oven and bake it afterwards. All right, so now I want to do swoops. So we're going to use pink again. And we are going to set up for some swoops. Now, I'm going to use a fairly large dotting tool. So we're going to make these babies big. They're going to be about that big. Maybe that's too big. Well, I could also, hold on a second. All right, I'm gonna have some fun with this. I'm gonna try alternating some colors. So bear with me while I mentally try and figure this out. Got a bubble I have to pop there. There we go. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out the colors for all of my swoops. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the middle swoop and then I'm going to do 3 colors on the left, and that means I already did it in the wrong color. Okay, hold on. This is something I've been wanting to try. So my theory is that if I have 7 swoops in each little cluster and 5 colors, then I could create a really cool alternation of the colors from swoop cluster to swoop cluster. Oh, and the swoop was so perfect too. And I think I know how I want to do it too. So, in order to do that, then I need to be able to look at these 5 colors and visualize which one is going to be my center one. So if I'm going to do a center swoop with 3 colors on each side, then I need to start with the teal, understanding that it will be green, and then I'm going to do teal blue because I'm going to alternate. So I don't want the pink and the green to be next to each other. All right, so we're going to go with teal then for the center swoop. Let's try this again. It totally changed the peacock look, didn't it? Oh, no, I'm sorry. That sucks. It's really windy here, too. I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to start impacting things soon, too. The clouds are moving in, and they're moving in fast. Yeah, you totally should. Thank you, Daffy. All right, let's keep going here. All right, so we're going to go in with the teal. I'm going to go in here. All right. Now where's my micro daughter? This one has a bubble. All right, so then if this is gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, then the next one is going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. This is going to be an absolute disaster. Oh, this is laughable. All right. Ontario, Canada. I'm about an hour east of Toronto. Yeah, there's supposed to be some pretty strong winds coming through tonight. All right. So instead of trying to go from one side to another, we're just going to do this. So now I'm going in with a smaller tool. And we're going to swoop. I have to keep all of my colors open. Purple. Purple. Pink. I promise this is gonna make sense eventually. I promise. But I need more paint. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now on the other side of the teal is the green. So I'm thinking of the teal and the green as the pink and the green as the ends of the rainbow. So, nope, that's teal. Don't want teal. I want green. So I'm never going to have the the green and the pink together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be kind of going bounce, 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 bounce back and forth like this. Okay. I'm making this way more complicated than it needs to be. Please understand that too. But if we're going on the whole concept of the idea of being inspired by being giddy, I am sickly get a lot of enjoyment out of making things a lot more difficult than they should be. And I'm sorry if that makes it a frustrating experience to watch me. All right, so now I'm going back to teal. Right. Now I'm going to blue. Cluster number 1. All right. So then the next cluster is going to have purple, pink, purple, blue, teal, green. So then, no, that can't be right. So I want, oh no, that's right. Yeah, I want purple, pink, purple. So bright blue is going to be the middle color. Okay. I got this. I got this. Oh, hi, Heritage Nomad. How you doing? Thank you, Rush. Thank you, Coffee Lover. Thank you, 1234. Hi, Reese. All right, so let's start with this one. All right, so now we are going to go. Here we go. Ooh, that looks good. That turned out nicely. I'm doing good, thank you, Reese. How are you? It's good to see you too. Thanks, guys. What's new and exciting, David? $175 people here. Hi. I'm painting a mug. Welcome. I'm painting this mug because it's my job. And it's because I used my inspiration deck for the first time today to draw a card to inspire what I was going to paint. So what I pulled today was a card that says Giddy. So I made an inspiration deck, drawing a card every day for the next 30 days and painting what the word inspires for me. So today is Giddy, and it's the first one, and it's so fun. Aw, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you, Reese. Thank you, Heritage Nomad. It's good to see you. Don't feel like I get to see you very often anymore. Thank you, Reese. Thank you, Ego. Hi, Leah. Mom's doing good. Mom is doing good. We're doing really good with our new living situation, with me being here. It's definitely been a win-win for all of us. And, oh, that's super crooked. Oh, come on, Jamie. Unacceptable. Okay, so I'm going to wait, and I'm actually going to finish that one off after. Oh, no, I can actually pull it off now. Let's do it. How are you doing, love? It's good to see ya. Yeah, me moving in here was a wonderful decision for all of us. I don't worry so much now because I know what's going on. I can make sure she gets to her doctor's appointments. Make sure she's taken care of and not be quite so scared all the time. So, and we found a couple things that are working really well for her. Really, really well for her. Actually, CBD is working really, really well for her. So we're having a lot of progress for sure. I'd love to see you more. Please take care of yourself. Your health is your priority for sure. Hey, James. How you doing? Yeah, a lot better. A lot better. Just chilling in Sacramento, eh? Very nice. Not a bad place to be, so I've heard. Never been to Sacramento. Have I? Yes, I have. Yes, I did. I flew into Sacramento once. I was staying in Monterey, so I flew into Sacramento. All right, so now, purple, pink, purple. Let's do this again. No elbows in the swoops this time. Let's take our time. Take our time. You got your mug, yay! Are you happy with it, James? That got to you fast, didn't it? Aw, thank you, Aliyah. I love you too. I'd like Old Sac, yeah. Lots of cool things to see, lots of interesting places to go. Nice people. Those are the most important things, right? How are the people? That's always a big deal. All right. Let's keep going. We're doing good. There we go. That looks much better. No more elbows. Hooray. So now I'm going to go teal. And then we're going to go green. And then we go teal again. There we go. Ah, look. That looks good. I love how it's different from the other one. You're going to see it shift as we move around. Ooh, there's the wind. Woohoo! There it is. All right, so in the next swoop, we're going to have blue, purple, pink. Purple is going to be the peak. Then blue, teal, and green. So purple is going to be the peak. Woo, stop knocking over. Oh, did you? Was that you? That's so exciting. I'm so excited for you, James. That's so wonderful. So, okay, so you were the one that got the other two that are going to be air drying. So you know that the package isn't going to be mailed until January 3rd, right? Cups are top shelf dishwasher safe. They are not microwave safe, but they are top shelf dishwasher safe. I don't have to seal them. These paints actually cure to be top shelf dishwasher safe after baking or after air drying for 21 days. That's so exciting, James. I'm so excited for you. Are you happy? Thank you, Lulu. Leo, sorry. That took me. Favorite color is blues and teals. The mugs are $42 plus shipping. No tax, though. My handwriting is absolutely atrocious. It would look like a 5-year-old did it. So these cups are, so if I was to do a bunch all in the same color, I actually want to do that. I'd like to start doing sets, like do sets of 4 mugs. I think that would be really cool, and I want to do that. So they'd still be $42 a mug. I've got some teapots too that I'm gonna start playing with. So no sealant necessary. Thank you, Tack. So I'm using multi-surface acrylic paints. Yay, James, I'm so happy. No, these are 15-ounce mugs. Oh, my favorite mug. Oh, that changes every time I look at a new one. You're refreshing my page from 8 a.m. on. So that's so cool. You were one of the people that pretty much almost sold me out of my mugs this morning. That's so exciting. I remember seeing the order come in and I just thought, okay, no, this is exciting, but you need to focus. So give it your attention when you have time to give it your full attention, and then you can celebrate this because it's funny and it's fun. I mean, and I did say it at the beginning of this. I'm like, I launched 8 new mugs at noon today and 4 of them sold. It was so cool. I don't do take custom orders right now for sets or anything. Any of the mugs that I have that are ready to ship or close to being ready to ship are listed on my website, and the link is in my bio for that. Yeah, so it's multi-surface acrylic paint. So it'll say multi-surface right on the bottle. Okay, so we're doing purple in the middle. Bubble under there. All right. So now we're going to go pink, purple, blue. So today is day 1 of 30 where I'm challenging myself to create a new painting, a new dot mandala inspired by a card pulled from my inspiration deck that I made. So today is day 1 of that challenge to myself. I will be posting it every day. I'm hoping that I can use it for some accountability, for some, focused and intentional creating and painting. And I honestly hope it keeps me a lot more accountable and more consistent posting on social media too, because that's something that's one of my goals for the new year. Oops, big bubble in that one. So today's word was giddy. So these cards, there's 52 cards in the deck, and each card has a different word prompt on it. So like today was the word giddy, but each card also has a different image on the back. So you could draw a card and say, I'm going to paint something inspired by the word on the card or inspired by the image. So I took images of 52 of my different things that I've painted and put them on the backs of these cards. I'll show you some of them in a minute here. I'm going to do this last swoop and then I'll show you the cards. And keep an eye out for content on the rest of this. I will be finishing this, and it will be posted tomorrow. The finished product will be finished tomorrow and posted tomorrow. So I'll post the whole work in progress time-lapse thingy of this guy. I love him so far. What do you guys think? Do you like it? I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to turn that upside down for right now. And let me just... Sure, so the colors that I'm using, I don't have the paint bottles near me. This one is Amethyst Craft Smart Multi-Surface Metallic. The pink I have near me, it's pink Tourmaline Multi-Surface, again, acrylic. And then the Sapphire. And then the teal, I believe it's either teal or turquoise that they have that there. And then the green is a custom mix that I made of 2 Martha Stewart greens. Let me just scroll back here for a second. Thank you, Olive. That's so kind. Bye, Lulu. Take care of yourself. The goofiness of the swoop sets is wonderful. Isn't it just different? Right? Just constantly changing, and the colors are going to move around. I love it. I really, really freaking love it. This is fun. It's challenging my brain to figure out the orders, but I'm loving it. This one's going to be cool. This one's going to turn out really cool. Green is your favorite. How are the color mixed? Do you mean how are different colors mixed? Put them in a little paint pot and stir them together. Thank you, James. Thank you, Lapoo. Wasn't that Rachel's dog's name when she was growing up? Lapoo. Shy or she? Thank you. Thanks, Carolyn. I'm not sure I understand, Emma. I'm sorry. Siri. FR consistency. I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean by FR consistency. Maybe the reason for my next craft to try. Yes! That is my success, Tammy. That is my success. And if you can create stuff and feel the joy that I get to feel, how is it shiny? The paints are metallic paints. How do the colors mix for consistency? I use them straight out of the bottle. You can't add water or pouring medium to these paints, so you have to use them straight out of the bottle or find similar colors in different brands of different consistencies to mix together to create the consistency you'd like. It's a lot of fun, isn't it, Tammy? It's very relaxing. Okay, so this is Giddy. Remember our card Giddy from today? On the opposite side of Giddy was this dot mandala, so I could have chosen to be inspired by the image. But let's just show you these decks. The deck comes in a velvet bag, velvet carrying bag. I included a little instruction card on both sides and a card here, and you actually get a QR code that lets you join a private Facebook group for anybody who has bought the decks, so that you can post and we can share and talk about what we're getting out of the cards, what are we challenging ourselves with, what are we trying to accomplish, why are we using the cards, what did we create from the cards, all of that fun stuff. And then there's 52 different images on the backs of these cards that you can use for inspiration too. Maybe it's what I painted on that's inspiring, maybe it's the color combination, maybe it's the design. But yeah, all of these are on the backs of these. So these cards are available for pre-order only right now. And once we get 100 orders, then the top card, this was on a drum that I did. I worked with a pair of artists in Markham, Ontario called Funky Upbeat Designs. They take old instruments and do amazing things, turn them into clocks, do hand carvings, make them into furniture like shelves and tables and wall shelves and all kinds of cool stuff. This was a drum, or just hanging art, and this was a drum that I painted for them. This was a small piece of it. The drum actually was, would be out to about here. It was, I think, a 12 or 14 inch. It was pretty fun. So if you want to check out funkyupbeatdesigns.com, they've got a bunch of really cool stuff. The guitar, this guitar that I painted was with them as well. There's another guitar in here. This one is one that I did too. So they're pretty awesome if you want to have a look at their stuff too, because my stuff is on sale at their website too. So then it comes in their the little carrying card and carrying case, and we are good to go. I am so freaking happy with what we accomplished today. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. This is going to be the theme of my lives for quite some time, is pulling these cards and seeing where we can get inspired. So we're going to play with these together over the next several months at least, I'm guessing. So like I said, I will finish this and I will post the finished product, a video for the finished product tomorrow. So keep your eyes open for that. And also tomorrow I will be posting my live schedule for the week. Then we can hang out and paint together some more. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me. I really, really appreciate you. I'm sending you lots of love, and please take care of yourselves. Bye.